Hey, it's Kyuu again. This video is not going to be about election promises, it's more about who I am, what I do. Give you a little bit of a background of what kind of guy I am. Hopefully, at least. I've written some interesting keywords here, in Finnish of course, and I'm trying to live translate and see what we can come up with. So I work long days in the wholesale sector and in information security. So it's more about click here to accept this agreement and less about hunting hackers. In the free time, you can find me at the gym at Elixia Onkiniemi a couple of times a week. You'll see me doing odd balance moves. I'm not going to be there lifting weights, pumping iron. That's not my thing. I'm trying to stay healthy there. So those are my moves. And then in my free time, I do a lot of youth and hobby and culture events. I mean, all kinds. There's comics, there's Japanese pop culture, there's generic culture events with museums and such, equality, all kinds of things. The main thing is voluntary work. I do all kinds of things in those events. I've done pretty much every voluntary job there is to do in those, and hopefully more in the future too. I'm not going to talk about my private life, people close to me, because they're not up for election, and those of them who are, they're going to post their own videos and their own blogs and such. And I figure that today, those people get attacked way too easily for something I've said. I mean, you got something against me, you go ahead, tell me what you got to say, don't attack other people. I will say that it's a very, well, that bunch has a lot of variety, let's just say that. With that in mind, yeah, I'm one of those rainbow-colored people. So I've marched in several gay pride parades. I really believe strongly in equality, independent of your gender, sexual orientation and such. That said, I'm not a feminist. Modern feminism, ouch. I really believe people should be treated as individuals, not representatives of their perceived gender or whatever. I mean, let's leave that for the officials who do statistics. Let's just treat people as people, not look at their skin color or any other details like that. People are people, individuals. One of the things I've said, that the right to be an idiot is the greatest, biggest right there is. With that, I mean, you can talk about anything, and 7 billion people on Earth around. Every one of them is an idiot, at least according to one of their opinions. For every one of us, there are 7 billion idiots. We have to live with them. We have to appreciate them. We have to talk with them. Of course, it's not what you say, it's what the other party hears, which makes it a little bit more complicated too. But really, we should talk about everything, even and especially the tough things. And I'm not just talking about like immigration. I'm talking like how to treat pedophiles so they don't become sexual offenders. Now, that's not a very popular thing to talk about. You're supposed to just talk great big morals about let's attack them, let's destroy them, let's burn them at the stake, instead of trying to find solutions. Well, I try to go the other way. And I know it's not probably a good idea for anyone in politics, whatever. Another one of my sayings is a little bit going on the area of talk is cheap, though I make it sound really weird in Finnish. But what I mean is, yeah, we can talk and we should talk about everything, but when we just polarize, dug our holes, and just fighting extremes against extremes, it won't go anywhere. You might as well get out and do something. So, yeah, talk is cheap. It's good, it's cheap, it's still good, but it won't lead you all the way. You got to do something. With that, there's a saying I keep saying, probably stole it from someone anyway. There are two kinds of people, those who do and those who criticize those who do. And, well, running my own businesses, that's something that, of course, comes to me a lot. Doing a lot, making mistakes, failing, learning about them, going forward. But there really are a lot of people who seem to have nothing else but to complain, complain, and complain. I mean, again, grab that shovel, do something, dig a hole, maybe for yourself, maybe for planting flowers. Oh, I saved myself easily there. About work, I think work defines an important part of a person. Now, it doesn't have to be work as in business, heavy money. It could be voluntary work, but having some kind of thing to do in your life, something meaningful, that defines a large part of you. That makes you feel like a useful person and makes you feel better. I believe pretty strongly in that, so that leads many of my decisions the idea that people should find something to do. Okay. I could go into my comments about the Finnish employment-related laws and all that taxes, but I think for any English-speaking viewers that might be a little bit less useful. But let's just say we need a little bit of reforms in the work-related laws to make things a little bit more European, a little bit less than 1970s Finland. But even though I would like it to be easier to hire and fire, for example, I also think tax evasion, that is a really damned parasite. So I pretty much, I'm hated by the old unions and the big businesses alike, because the big businesses want to evade taxes and the unions, well, anyone running their own business is a monster according to them. So there I am in the middle taking fire from both sides. At least I stay warm. So tax evasion is really bad when a few don't pay at all, the others have to pay more. So, Kyuu, are you a dog or a cat person? Well, neither. I really dislike the idea of keeping pets. The idea of capturing an animal for your own amusement. Sorry, but that doesn't work for me. Now, this is not something that I want to ban pets. I'm not saying that at all. But the pet industry is a little bit sick. Too many pets are treated really badly. And hey, I like fluffy ears and tails like anyone. But the thing is, not cats or dogs, foxes. Go into the nature, go into the forest, see the animals there. That's my idea of nature and animals. I mean, there are as many of them as you want to look at, take pictures of, they won't mind, at least if you don't go too close. And they'll even play for you. You don't even have to take any part in that playing. They can do it all by yourself. You can just watch and enjoy. Yeah, there. So that's a nature part. As for nature generally, of course we have to protect nature so nature can protect us, but sometimes compromises are okay. I mean, it's not about protecting this square meter of grass. It's about protecting a square meter of grass. Maybe here, maybe there. We can make some compromises to make things work, make society go forward, as long as we look at the big picture. We shouldn't get stuck on a single detail, but the big picture, because the nature, well, it's actually a pretty big picture. One thing related to nature environment things is I wish we actually gave a damn about the no smoking signs. I have a little bit of bad lungs, that's why I take long walks, like really, really long, tens of kilometers walks. And especially when I walk on the main street of Tampere here, Hämeenkatu, it's like smoke from one end to the other, and especially on winter when there's no wind at all. There are a lot of no smoking areas there, nobody cares. So I don't want to go and ban smoking. I want to say that let's play by the rules. Let's give a chance for those people who don't want to be in the smoke all the time to live as well. Compromise, again, compromise works. Another very Finnish thing, Swedish language. Everyone's forced to learn Swedish language. That's a really, really bad idea. That's useless. That destroys our capability of learning more languages. That's ancient. That has to go. That really, really, really has to go. No problem in learning Swedish, of course, voluntarily. No problem in Sweden. I mean, okay, they got their own problems, but that's their matter, not us. They're a great neighbor to have. But forced Swedish learning and all that comes with it, like the tax breaks for rich Swedish organizations, Swedish-speaking organizations here. Oh, no way, we got to get rid of them. We really got to get rid of them. Another minority thing, well, could be a majority, religion. I don't think religions should have the freedom to do just as they please. I am not going to name religions because this actually hits on so many different religions. Thing is, for example, acting against equality, acting against human rights in the name of religion. No way. I don't want that done. I think religion should be considered handled just like any organization, NGO, company, whatever, and not separately, not legally, not in any other way. They're just organizations, really. And with respect, of course, you can't go attacking people because they belong in a religion, but you can go speaking clearly against the organizations that promote, well, human rights violations, for example. And we have them here, we have them outside Finland too. And I think religion, you should be able to make fun of them, enjoy them, see them in a new light. I mean, come on, look at Jesus here. Look at that. He got 2.1 billion followers, man. I gotta respect that. Nice guy, nice guy. And then we get to my last keyword, immigration. I've spoken a lot about it. It's not my key thing, but it's an important thing to me. And if you were asking what the key thing, that would be those rainbow matters, gay rights, such. That's something I'm never going to budge on. Immigration, we can talk about. But to sum it up, asylum seekers, especially when it has a lot of criminal efforts, a lot of dead people at the bottom of the sea involved, no, that has to go down. UN work, UN refugees, UN designated refugees, that's okay. That's good. Of course, there's room to improve, but I mean, no problem against those. As for work and study related migration, immigration, that's good. We need more of that. We need to make it easier to come here to work because work creates more work again. So basically down on one end and up the other end. That's generally my rough point on immigration. And I've run out of keywords, it seems. Those were the basics I was tossing here, and if something more comes to mind, I'm going to maybe write up a new blog or make a new video about it. And again, you know the rules, this has to be ended in Finnish because, I don't know, I'm an ultranationalist bastard or something. Anyway, here it goes. So moro!